Aloha everyone. Let me know when you jump on the live. I'll just hang tight for a moment, gives people an opportunity to join. I hope that you are having a beautiful day today, and just wherever you are in the world, that you are taking some time to remind yourself how sacred and how beautiful and how special you are in the most divine way. All right, I see some people are jumping on. Say hello in the comments. Let me know how you're doing on this Friday. My dear sacred brother, Vasco. So nice to see you. What a beautiful day it is today. Chantel, so nice to see you. So, I'm like, where do we begin? Do I begin with the collective update, or do I begin with what happened last night on our call with the Mamos and the Zagas? I think I'm going to start with that. So last night look at this, I got a rainbow on my forehead right now that's coming through. Can you see that? So funny. Last night we held a call with the Mamos and the Zagas, and from the Sierra Nevada mountains in Colombia. This was our third call now that we've done with them, and this was an elder healing circle ceremonial, and it was profound. We had there was such a deep, intimate connection with the elders, as well as just so many other things that were happening and clearing within the field. One of the elders that was with us was 100 years old, and he walked hours to come and sit with us last night. He was 100-year-old Mamos, and I asked, nice to see you. I was speaking with Kandy this morning, and he was sharing with me about how one of the elders is known for healing cancer and a lot of diseases and things like that. And we had one of the just wonderful, beautiful women that was on the call last night. She spoke about how she's done 2 of these healing circles now with the elders with us, and she has breast cancer, and her the lump basically had reduced by 50% of the time, or the size, over those 2 calls. Now obviously this isn't any medical advice or anything like that, but this is what she shared with us on the call last night, and I just it's profound, the experience that we all had. I'm looking forward to going back and listening to the call again, because when you're hosting and holding space, it's a little different than just receiving. I had some profound moments as well, though, that were shared with me from the elders, and there's a lot of telepathic communication coming from the Mamos last night as well. So Rosalie's getting the recording ready right now for all of you that registered. That's going to be available in the next hour or so for everyone. We will be sending out an email to all of you with the coupon code, if you've registered for it, to be able to receive the call and listen to it as many times as you want. This is, I feel so much love in my heart today, and I feel such a blessing that we are able to really bring this forward to everyone. Just for having the opportunity and to sit in these, sacred, ceremonial spaces are something that has been missing within our regular communities. So I don't know about all of you, but I know Vasco, you were on the call last night. Chantal, you're on the call. How was it? How was that experience for you? If there's anything you want to share, please put it in the chat. Anyone else who would like to register? We have all 3 calls available that we've held so far. Hi, Ashling. Ashling just did the replay from the grandmother's call. Yeah, I'm speechless from what's been coming through with the elders. We're actually getting ready to go to Colombia in November, and we will be going up the mountain to spend some time with the elders, to see the Temple of Dreams, to go through, to sit with them and go through some sacred work, and then we will be back as well. So that's going to be exciting to be able to bring the mountain back here with all of you. Kind of like what we're doing right now with these calls. Like, I don't know how many people right now in the world have these opportunities to connect with these elders, but I wouldn't say it's a lot. So having this, at this time, because we're preparing for 2024, it's really important that we take this time to heal the spirit, to really connect with our spirit. Vasco is saying, the last woman that spoke last, I could feel the strength of her soul. Yeah. She's the one who did the closing at the end, Vasco. Yeah. Yeah, she is wonderful as well. There were one of the Mamos that was there, the sacred partner, like the Zagas was there as well. There's so many profound, beautiful elders that were with us, and I felt such a deep connection with the 100-year-old Mamos. Like, we're having this like telepathic communication and like back and forth in the beginning of the call, where he was talking to me, and he was talking to me about our upcoming trip, and I was asking about that, and he was like walking me through some of the stuff and the reasons why we need to go there and meet them. And then some of it he was like, well, you have to wait until you come, and then I'm just going to show you, you'll understand. But right now it's like, this is what our focus is, and to be able to support all of you with being able to share this like wisdom and start to get this out there for everyone. So we are hosting now, we're going to continue hosting the Elder Healing Circles. They've come out, and the Mamos have said, like, it's really important that we can heal the spirit, start to organize the mind going into 2024. So our spirit is strong, because if the spirit is strong, we will be able to support humanity in what we are coming into, the changes that we are going to be moving through. So we are going to have another one on the 12th, and then we're going to have another one on the equinox as well. So we'll have one on September 20th. I spoke with the Mamos this morning. They're so grateful for everybody for supporting Mother Earth and for supporting and raising of the money for the Temple of Dreams. And when we set up the next calls, the Mamos were so happy, because having this like regular meeting schedule with them is really what starts to create this like profound change. Aho, Herman, good to see you, brother. And I think the thing that I'm really witnessing and seeing is how the community is just rallying, and we're all starting to come together in this like unified space. Like last night was just beautiful seeing, it was close to 90 people registered for last night's call, like made a sliding scale donation. And then we had, I think, just under 75 people on the live last night. And we're seeing people from all walks. There were doctors on the call, there were healers on the call. There were like moms on the call. There were people from like all different walks just coming together to listen to the elders and unify in that space. It was truly incredible. Like I said, the one woman, if you listen to last night's call, you'll see her talk about it, because we had some group shares at the end And she was saying that since she started joining these healing circles with the elders, that the lump in her breast had basically reduced by 50%. So it's just incredible what's unfolding in these healing circles. So if you're interested, reach out to me. I will get you that recording. Everyone who's already registered, don't worry, I got you. We're going to send out that email shortly. Now, collective energy update, what I want to speak to you about. Not everybody on the planet is going through this because there are many different collective streams of consciousness. But there are a lot of people that are in this collective stream of consciousness are going through a level of like collective energy reset to make room for this higher consciousness timeline that has been opening up. This is like the inner ascension timeline. This is what the elders are calling the changing of cycles. So we're changing from a cycle of symbols and shapes, the elders say, to moving into now this dreamscape, higher conscious cycle. So it means, as you say in shamanism, you walk between both worlds. So this other one is really coming online, and what we do within that realm of consciousness deeply impacts the physical realm of consciousness. So there is an awakening of this other realm of consciousness that's coming in for humanity right now. And with this, one of the things that's unfolding, when I say it's a reset, we talked about on the 7-7 gateway being this like anti-Karena, like super conscious mind, quantum jump window. So with that, with the calibrations of the superconscious mind, it started to create that releasing of beliefs, ideologies, patterns, mentalized concepts, personalities, identities, masks, all of those things, because more of the superconscious is opening, and with that connection to the divine mind. So I am seeing within my clients, I'm seeing within the communities, I'm seeing on an energetic level, there is a part of the earth self that is really awakening to a deeper state of consciousness. So it's like the spirit and the spiritual journey. Many of us, like when we go through the galactivation and awakening, through the galactic like levels, the spirit starts to separate from the body, okay? And we come way up in the higher like realms, but not actually grounded in our bodies. So there is a reconnection to that spiritual consciousness that is reconnecting in to the earth body and the spirit body. Like it's coming together now as one. So it's like we're going through these like light body upgrades, but our spirit is really grounding in. And with that, there is a death, rebirth of these like identities, which means now, like for instance, I went back into like my original birth name. And in my original birth name, there's that soul wisdom that's starting to awaken, that is connected to the reason why I chose this incarnation. This particular incarnation that I'm here, that my spirit is in, and this body that came into this name is going through a deeper level of activation. So it's like a collective reset of that like consciousness to hold a higher frequency. This means change. This means maybe change of jobs, maybe moving, maybe a bunch of things are letting go. You're sitting there wondering like what is, you're reimagining the message that you're putting out to the world, and you're going through a level of like inner reflection for streamlining your messaging to the world. That's why I'm calling it a little bit of a reset, because we went through a massive consciousness jump. And when we go through a quantum jump like that, all of the ideologies that were from, or paradigms or beliefs that were from, and the previous state of energetic frequency we were at are now shifting, because it's like your earth body and everything is catching up to the quantum jump that you went through. And it's beautiful. So I'm going to give you one perspective that has been coming through for me loud and clear. And this is an example. Just within the spiritual community, I was reflecting on this and saying like we're here to obviously connect in with ourselves, but to support the planet and to support each other. You know, to remember how to love ourselves and love another. And that's what's really important right now. So with this, where are we creating division and separation in the way our word is communicated with each other? Because in those ways where we are still choosing sides or creating new age cages around our points of view, beliefs, or reality, that is shifting or is asking to shift. So what we're looking at, or what I am personally feeling and seeing collectively, any of the new age cages that have been brought forward are now, those barriers are dissolving, and we're starting to see how this like interconnectedness of spirit is asking us to start to mobilize and bring each other together. Now, not everybody is ready for this. Some are still going to be doing dark versus light. Some are still going to be in all of these kind of polarity like matrix and spectrums, where there is an awakening of the unified energy and the unity intelligence that we are starting to bring forward. So it doesn't mean neither of those exist, dark and light. But what it means is we are understanding the ways to stop creating more further separation within ourselves and within each other, and what are the unifying points that we can come together on. As an example, how many people are on a spiritual journey searching for spirit, right? Searching for spiritual connection. What you are searching for is you, because you are spirit. You are spirit. You've always been spirit, or you've always been a soul. So what you are searching for or looking for is what you already are. Because you already are that. You've always been that. You've always been the eternal, infinite connection of that like source light. So that is something that's within you and always has been within you. Just like when we look at nature and we're thinking how we can connect with nature, or remembering that sacred connection with nature, because many of humanity has walked away from what it means to be connected to nature. The first part of remembering how to connect with Mother Earth is learning how to connect with yourself, because you are nature. You are nature. Your earth body is created from Mother Earth. It's created from the elements. So for you to remember your connection with the planet, you have to remember your connection with yourself. To remember your connection with spirit, you have to remember that you are spirit. We have taken ourselves and put ourselves outside of the equation or the picture, like we are something separate from the earth, or we are something separate from spirit, but we're not. And these are unifying in this new collective reunification of spirit with the earth body and the creational energies right now. So these are the simple ways we want to perceive moving forward into 2024, because there's a lot of information, there's a lot of groups, there's a lot of stuff out there. And if the information is creating more confusion than love, more division than unity, then this is something that we want to ask ourselves or resonate with. What is it? What is your message you're putting out to the world? And what is the message that you're looking to receive in return? Like, how are we loving each other and how are we showing up in that way? And if that energy is not, sending that message, then we want to bring it back to basics and remember what we hold within ourselves. It's a lot of energy right now. So this is the collective reset that's happening because you're being asked to let go of all of the masks. And if you can do this through this period, it's kind of scary because there's a part of yourself that is grieving. So there's a lot of grief coming up. There's a part of yourself that maybe feels like maybe you made a mistake, or maybe you made a wrong choice or a wrong decision here, because now you're returning back to a deeper part of yourself. But you needed to go through all of these experiences to get you to this point, to really understand the sacred connection you have with your incarnation and why you're here now. Because your other incarnations in all of your past lives led you to here. So this is where you are to be embodied right now. Your galactic consciousness, your divine consciousness needs to be grounded into your earth consciousness so you can be here. Because that is how we start to create the Maharishi effect. So your frequency, your vibration, and your energy starts to shift the collective consciousness fields around you. There is energy, frequency, and vibration, and it's what's making the change. And it's not as much about telling people what is right or what is wrong. It's more about the inner understanding of what you are and awakening that in the soul wisdom so your frequency can create the change. Because a frequency, if you're in the presence of the Mamos, as an example, one of our dear sacred sisters who's already been out to Colombia, she would say she would get a question. And every time she has a question, she would want to ask the Mamos. And then anytime she got near the Mamos, she would just go, and the questions would be gone. And she'd go into complete peace and zen and relax. And then when she would leave, she'd have another question come up and she'd want to go back to speak to the Mamos. And when she'd get there, all the questions would dissipate as you go into this frequency and this vibration. And that is kind of like what the Maharishi effect is, because that's the study where if you take an enlightened being and you drop them into, a population density where there's crime, just from them being there doing their practice, the crime rate starts to lower because of that frequency and vibration starts to create, a new energetic pathway or a new connection for other ones that are there. They start to receive the downloads. So the reason why I was sharing some of the things I'm sharing is because whether it's in my mentorship sessions or, the one-on-one sessions, I have been witnessing changes and this grief that's healing from the earth body as we really fall back in love with our earth body and earth self again. So it's at any point in the spiritual journey where you thought your spiritual self or your galactic self was greater than your earth self, there's a level of healing there for you, because you have to embrace the earth body. Otherwise, there's going to be issues within your earth body if your spirit is not grounded into the earth body, then you're going to have some kind of illness or just things that are going on, because it means the spirit is rejecting the earth body when the earth body is meant to house the spirit. It's very simple, but it's very profound. And there's a lot of, I think, like misconceptions within the spiritual communities about like we need to be out there all the time. Your consciousness can be grounded in to our bodies and here. You know, I love Kargas. We brought her on for a live recently, and one of the things she says like the roadmap is the same for everyone. Like when you get to a certain level of consciousness, we're all talking about the same thing. You know, we're all talking about love. We're all talking about the embodiment journey. We're all talking about, you know, finding yourself within. We're all speaking on those things. So this collective energy reset is really to support you in coming into your authenticity. So anywhere that you have maybe not been in your full authenticity, the collective energies and your spirit consciousness and the divine grace that's pouring in on the planet is supporting you with coming into that realignment. So each one of us, you know, incarnated into different experiences, and our soul has chose different things to do. So whatever your beliefs are, whatever your pattern, like whatever it is you're meant to do here, is probably different than what I am here to do. And that is okay, because we're meant to be authentic. And if you're authentic, you're going to be holding your highest frequency. I was speaking with one of my clients today, and they, were really going back into their culture that they had grown up in. And I could feel there was a bit of grief that was like coming up with this, because they were trying to figure out like if it was like right, or, you know, and I'm like, this is what you were born into. You were born in to be this like beautiful like Hindu being, and you chose to have this like experience with it, and your soul is actually celebrating that you chose to reconnect in with this part of yourself. Because like, you know, all of the other things are great, but like what is the experience that your soul chose to have here, and how can you help it be that like authentic version of you? Because if you're operating in that authenticity, you know, then that's what's going to support your frequency in your spirit now. Because we can have different beliefs. Unity consciousness isn't about us all aligning to one thought stream and one pattern. Unity consciousness is about an energy, a frequency, and a vibration that can be like shared. But it doesn't mean we all need to think the same. It doesn't mean we all have to be the same. I love you all so much. I hope you are having the most amazing day today. Ashling, good to see you. Orbs are flying around. Yeah. The Mamos are still, just on another note, the Mamos are still praying for everybody that is on the call. So the energies are still really moving. What else? Any questions? If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. Hi, Tina. Hi, Ailey. Hi, Luna. Hi, Tom. Nice to see you all. Hi, Susan. So we also just are, actually I'm going to share this with all of you. We just have a 65% off sale on Starseed Changing the World courses right now. So we just posted it. So if you go on my feed, you'll see that. This is like a flash sale, kind of like an end of summer celebration. So it's not something we always do. Actually, we very rarely do. So if you're interested in that, don't miss out on that. You know, we have hundreds and hundreds of classes within those 8 courses that you can get access to. All right. So I hope you enjoy that offer and that you capitalize on that as well. What else to share about the collective energy reset right now? So this next cycle that's coming in, it's happening in here. So it's happening in here. And the ones who are in alignment with this are opening to that like consciousness, going to start unlocking the soul wisdom, which is like the infinite wisdom. All right, which is the infinite wisdom. And that's how we're accessing through this like dreamscape or dream-like consciousness where we can dream things into reality with the soul wisdom and awaken the dream of the soul. So that's how the elders describe it. To me, this sounds like ascension because it's more of a medical, physical way of our spirit consciousness being able to connect through our energetic bodies to operate within this like higher state of consciousness realm that our light bodies and our spirit body can move through. Our soul can move through. So when I hear the elders speak about this, I hear us speaking about this in a very similar way. Just the terminology is a little bit different. So with this is why we are doing the work right now, is to develop like our earth bodies and our spirit bodies. So at the end of our cycle, we are able to have a fully functional spirit body that's going to be able to, you know, do lots of different things for us as well. So with dreaming, there's a lot of confusion about dreaming. So for us to really operate within these fields, we need to improve our dreaming. We're teaching this in Ka right now, and how to dream, how to operate within the dream worlds, and how to organize your dreams. How to organize your dreams so you can organize your thoughts and you can start to awaken your abilities and bring them into this world and this realm. So there's going to be a very like instant manifestation process that will awaken through your dreaming consciousness, where you can do things in the dreaming realm, which is a no time space window that will manifest and connect into the day realm. So anyone who knows how to operate within there is going to be able to have a much easier reality in this life. If we have a disconnection between our dream time and our waking time, and we're not able to bridge the two together, then this means like that that connection in to our soul and spirit consciousness is not fully bridging. Our dreams are basically, you know, shadow time to organize our subconscious, to heal ourselves and clear all those forms of patterns within the no time space window, so we can come and have more order in our daytime. Once we bring that certain amount of order through our dream time into our daytime, we can now start to dream and a higher like state of consciousness and being, which is how we start to open the infinite soul wisdom, which is what the Mamos have. That's why the Mamos say it's in the trees, it's in the rocks, it's in the clouds, it's in the air, it's written everywhere, because the soul wisdom is unlocked. And this is what has been forgotten by most of humanity. We've forgotten how to dream. Yeah, so I won't get too much into that. But this is what that next stage of like ascension is about. Because if we understand how to operate within there, you're awakening your telepathic abilities, your energies, all of this, and we know how to communicate with each other as family. We know how to communicate on a spiritual level that is going to be incredibly powerful. They were speaking, there may be a time where the phones go out. So the more you have your spirit consciousness alignment, we can still all communicate. But if your mind is not in order and you haven't supported your healing, then it's going to be a little bit more challenging and probably forcing you into a quicker urgency to start to organize yourself through a form of crisis. So the number one thing for each one of us is to really embody the healing journey. The healing journey is so you can rediscover who you are as your earth self and your ancient self and your spirit. To reconnect with that soul, wisdom, and consciousness. So then we can support the rest of the people that are going through the changes, not by doing it for them, but either by sharing wisdom, holding the frequency and the vibration, which allows that to ripple out. I love you too, Michelle. Let's all connect telepathically soon. So most people aren't able to open up that level of telepathic communication yet because there is so much information and knowledge in the mind that we've memorized or that we think we need to know or we think we need to understand that keeps us full so we can't actually receive. It's a way of humanity being really confused. By just knowing so much stuff, we actually know nothing. How do we know so much stuff, but we abuse the planet? Or we continue to take and not witness the impact of what we take from the planet is doing to the planet, right? That's having all of this knowledge or information, but no connection. Because if we had connection to ourselves and to the planet, we would understand it when we're hurting the planet. We would see when the planet needs our help. We would see our responsibility in caretaking and being a custodian of the planet. And the way this change is going to happen is by more of us holding this frequency. And the way you hold the frequency is by doing the healing work. All right, good to see you all on here. I hope that you're going to take some time today to love yourself, to remind yourself why you're showing up for yourself every day, to really honor some self-compassion and gratitude for your life and for your earth body, for this vessel, for the planet who is giving you all of this air, water, and food to nourish you with. Take some time to send some love to her for all that she's offered you. All right, so I love you all. I hope you have a beautiful Friday and enjoy the 65% off sale. The recording is going to be ready soon for last night's healing circle. Help us spread the message for the Mamos and help us, share these calls. They're growing and growing, and then this collective energy that's coming from this is spreading out like ripples right now. I have seen more people coming together for this cause in such a beautiful way from all walks of life. Really beautiful people. So let's help continue for this to grow, and let's all come and rally together around this. Let's stop finding reasons that divide us, and let's start finding reasons that bring us together. Yes, gracias, hermana. Sending you so much love, everybody. From my heart to your heart, you have a most spectacular, beautiful day. And if you need anything, please feel free to reach out to myself or Rosalie. We love you all. Bye.